can walk through any door she
Yep.
pleases. I mean, she made it very clear she can see through all doors and what's behind the doors, and
Yep.
she can walk through any door. It would make perfect sense why she walked through that door.
And then when she walks through the door, she's a baby, and then everything is
That's
good, and
it.
that's the normal, regular
That's
life.
it. Because yeah, I'm 100% sure that when you drowned yourself in that world, all the other ones collapsed.
Yeah.
It
What's
just
up,
making
Doctor
it
Wafer?
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm going with that. That's the one I'm sticking in
Me
my head. I
too.
like
I
it.
think I am pretty set with it. This was like 30-minute conversation with Bioshock, and I agree. I think that's 100%. I am positive with it that that is true. I don't see any negative because I try not to be negative with the stories. I don't see any negative in that story because I think they wanted the story to be a positive story.
Mhm.
At the ending. So that's what I think. I am pretty sure that is right. What you were saying.
I I'm almost positive that she walked through that door and reset it. I'm almost sure about that. I'm assuming that the other realities are vanished and gone now, which would make sense. But I'm almost sure that she chose to walk back.
Yeah. So yeah, the goosebumps at the ending was ridiculous. I'm gonna put this the talk about Bioshock Infinite on YouTube if you guys want to go back. We talked a lot about what was happening and this and that. What Zombie Rave said, he's still confused about Lady Comstock, and I'm kind of confused with about that as well. I think Lady Comstock was just a bystander, and she got thrown into the mix at the wrong time.
Remember. Guess what AD stands for on his hand?
Anna do it.
Yeah, he put that there to remember his wife, because when he fucked up and sold his child, he did AD is after that, like when he's a fucking loser, and he does it to remember his wife.
Yeah.
Like I don't think his wife. I mean, I'm almost positive that his wife died in childbirth, or like before Anna was even around, or like
Um,
well not like obviously not when she was around. Like I'm pretty sure that was it. She didn't have a mother.
yeah.
Like his wife as Comstock is just someone he's picked up, and
Yeah.
I don't think
Exactly.
her mother was just dead.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Lady Comstock was just a bystander, and I think she knew what was going on, so that's why he killed her. That's why he killed the two, and
Yeah, because she states in the tapes you get
yeah,
that she knows the prophet is a murderer and a
yep,
terrible person because she
yep,
sees what you're trying to do to get your kid
yeah. And
back.
if you told somebody, I sold my kid, they'd be like, you're a sick fuck, you're disgusting,
Yeah,
and the stuff
she
he's
probably
doing.
knows it.
Yeah, and Dr. Wafer said, what do you think about the beginning of the game when you get baptized? The song. I'd have to go back and listen to the song. Is it the? I have no clue. With the baptize, and at the end of the baptize, you notice that it's the same guy, and they're blind. So that could be like a I don't know, a why is he blind? Why couldn't they make him like regular seeing priest? Why did they have to make him blind? Um, did they not want to see DeWitt, Booker DeWitt? Did they want? And then the prophet or Comstock, he changed name. Obviously, he's not Booker DeWitt. That was in the past. Um, but yeah, we if you want, okay, this is what we put together. We think this is right. We think this is totally right. Good night, Killjack. Um, Pink, say it again one more time with the whole storyline. This is what we put together. There's so much. So put it together one more time, though. What we talking about?
All right, yeah, you're killing me, dude.
I
I
know.
fucking have to remember what we talk. All right, basically, what happens is back like whatever something happens, you gambling, whatever, insert terrible debt, right? You sell your kid, right? And you fucking go into a drinking problem. You scar your hand to remember your wife. You have these issues. You slowly over the time turn into Comstock. Like I don't know where the name came from. We just know you become a dick. You hate your life and shit, and then you apparently the future comes around and you're all smart and have all this whatever on you. So
Money,
you're like, I'm
yeah.
gonna go get my fucking kid back. So he gets his kid back, insert reason why he loved her, wanted her power, whatever. And then, you know, since you fucked with your past is fucking with you now because they're in the same world. And then all blah blah blah, all that shit happens, and Anna comes out, in all those fucking doors, and she basically takes you all the way back to the priest and explains to you why you fucked up, and then you drown yourself, and then or you let her drown you. You accept the baptism like you were supposed to, and everything turns to normal. And then she's still standing in front of a door where she can go anywhere she wants, and she chooses to go back to you, back in the past, after you already fucked up. Assuming that means we're assuming that since he says Anna, like you said, like he's questioning like how the fuck is that possible? She decided to go back to him after he sold her.
Yeah. So what?
And then shit would come out normal.
Yeah. Because the priest always says, "Do you want to be born anew?" And so Anna,
I don't really think he. See, that's what I think. I think it was just, I don't know how you feel about religion. I don't want to offend you. I think it was just a priest saying that. I don't think he was born anew. I think Anna just went back in time. I think that's all that was.
I think so too. I think she killed the DeWitt there.
I don't think that priest. I think that was just. I mean, we look at a priest now, and they do that now. No one's really born anew. We don't know.
Yeah,
exactly.
No
one knows how that works. I think he just said that. Anna's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk back in." I mean, she could have went anywhere, and then through all that shit, and you regretting, maybe she decided that you really did love her.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I don't know. I can't read her mind.
It's just going deep, but I mean, we could be dying in real life. We're dead,
right?
And then actually another world, it's like we could be. Our life could be totally different. Like, I could be, like, a billionaire,
The only thing that... It doesn't really affect the story. The story we have still makes sense, but I'm still... Your kid having a power is just hinting at the world is changing, hence all the technology you have when you're... I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just evolution in some weird way, but it doesn't really explain. I don't quite it makes it... Well, it kind of... It hints that she can teleport worlds when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She mentioned it slowly left her to do that. She couldn't do it anymore. And she was only able to do it after they destroyed that siphoning statue. So it doesn't really explain it, but she made those worlds. Like, apparently she did that. Because, like, they collapse on each other when you drown yourself. But my understanding is, how did she, like... keep herself she never really left this world. She just went into multiple worlds at once, because in all those worlds she was normal because you did what you were supposed to because she made you do it. I think just to live a normal life. I don't quite understand that myself, but I mean, I don't think I'm going to.
There's so much involved with it at the end, but like Pink said, when he says, "Anna, is that you?" That's that new world, and he gets another chance. And then Pink's said at the last scene when there's that door, and through the whole game she's saying, I need to open this door. We're thinking that she went through the door, and the door is actually the door of her as a baby, and then
she just wanted to reset because she said she could see everything. She just wanted to be normal, and I think, like I said, she saw your regrets. It's not like you didn't love her.
Yeah, Killjack said she's the paradox.
She is really. She's the one that changes the world. I'm assuming she goes back as a child. She's still gonna have her fucking powers, and the world's still gonna get all futuristic later on down the path.
Yeah,
I'd imagine. She's definitely like different, but I think that it explains it quite well.
So, Zombie Rave. Oh, my bad. Zombie Rave said, or Comstock and DeWitt are the same person from different timelines. I mean, that could be it.
That's a good point too. I mean, it doesn't tear apart the story too much. It could be that Comstock was you in a different world. Like, you didn't go. Maybe it didn't get all futuristic in that initial world, and like another world she created. But at the same time, again, it doesn't really screw with it, because we know Comstock decided to fuck with himself, and Comstock, I think, knew it was you. Like, he knew he was you. So you just didn't know, because he can see the past. You can't see the future.
Here's another thing. Remember when in the one mission, you kill the people, right? And I think it was at the gun shop. You kill the people, and then it's the first time she splits the world into a new world. When you see those people in that world, they're bleeding from their nose and they're bleeding from their ears. Now, through most of the game, in the beginning of the game, you are bleeding from your nose.
You're constantly bleeding through your nose.
Yes.
She reminds you that you are.
Yeah, you're bleeding. So
makes sense too. So maybe she doesn't have powers when she walks through that door at the end of the game. Maybe that was a fucked up world that was made.
Yeah, so that maybe can also be like where Comstock and DeWitt are from two different timelines, or two different worlds, is because Booker DeWitt is dead in one world.
You know what? you just answered a question. I don't even know if you realize. I think you just answered a question. Like, all right. So in the worlds where the one world that you fucked up supposedly, right, where you
Yeah.
sold your kid, it's the only world you fucked up in. She makes it clear to that is the only world you managed to ass fuck
Yeah.
yourself in, right? Comstock has Comstock in the other worlds took the thing, lost his child, but he's no way of getting her. And he and all those other worlds, and in a futuristic world, the one that she was in, he wants. I think he wanted her power. That's what it was. He's an
Hmm.
asshole at that point. So he knows that one world exists where you fucked up, but he has no way of getting to it.
Hmm.
Like maybe he like that makes sense because you as calm fuck like, in one of those worlds where you didn't fuck up, but you still sold your child. You just went mad pretty much. You fucking that's just what happened to you. You let it happen, and you decide to invade the one world where you ass fuck yourself just to get her, to get the power. That makes so much sense now.
Now this is another thing. His friend that he's fighting, he's saying that like Comstock did nothing in the cavalry in the war and blah 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 blah. Don't you think he would recognize you? Booker DeWitt. Don't you think he would? Is it maybe that's why he's killing you? Maybe he's referring to you as in a third person, um, because he knows it's you, but the
I
story.
mean, if you just like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I'm trying to put this together in my head. Like, in all the other worlds, you took the baptism, right? You
Yeah,
released your sins.
yeah,
You didn't drown. You just took the baptism, and you lived with your mistakes. You had issues, right? I mean, you took the baptism, and you didn't have issues. You fixed your. You didn't become Comstock. You released your sins. You went into you found religion. That's there. But in the one, and then in all those other worlds, I mean, all those other worlds that was created from that, from her, whatever, you're a religious guy, hence why you're the prophet,
yeah.
hence why the prophet is you. And I think in one of those worlds, the prophet, I mean, you realize that, hey, I could be powerful, or like, for whatever reason, in one of those worlds where you didn't fuck up,
Yeah.
you're man,
It's a
that
mess,
makes
dude.
sense, but that's just a fucking
Dude,
mess.
what I should have done when I was in Rapture, I wanted to look around. I should have just went through the door. I should have looked around more. I'm like, maybe I can find a plasmid. I'm like, I can use electricity. um, but I should have looked around more. I was trying to look. I wanted to see if I could find a Big Daddy or something. I don't know. But there's, I think, let's go back to the Rapture. I think they just threw it in there to give you to
An
mess with
idea
you
of
even
what she
more.
could do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to mess with you even more.
I even before we came and answered all this stuff today, I was still thinking Rapture is what I would consider extra information.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
games do have that. I mean, it was a brief thing too. I mean, you quickly see she just goes through Rapture and then she walks through 50 other worlds
yeah,
too. It's
exactly.
just like
And then you see
they
yourself, going walking.
walking the
Yeah,
other worlds. Yeah,
yeah,
because those lighthouses itself is. I don't think those are a world. Those are portals to each world. It was quite clear. I'm just not quite sure what would have made you, because if you became the prophet, right? I
yeah,
mean, you found religion. That's what happened when you took the baptism in the other world. That's what you were supposed to do, and after screwing yourself. But what made that one guy, that one dude, that particular world you were in, get all power hungry?
Okay,
Like
listen to this.
that's
Oh,
confusing.
zombie rave with this. So he said, um, or he sold his daughters in all the other worlds. He took the baptism to erase his sins, found his religion, and became a religious leader.
Yeah, yeah, that's no, I know that's what happened because like that's what happened. He sells his daughter. He
Yeah,
did sell his daughter. He never. When I say he didn't fuck up, he did sell his daughter in every world. I'm not. I know that.
yeah,
And then he did, but the problem is, this all the other worlds he did take the baptism and you like, AKA found religion, and
yeah.
that's how you. That's yeah. I'm completely agreeing with you.
So that
The
world that
world
we're
that you
playing,
didn't take
he didn't take
religion is
anything.
yeah. He said he denied it. He said fuck it. I
Yeah,
don't want. I mean, dipping me in water is going to do shit.
and that's why he
And
didn't
that's what
become crazy and a leader like that.
exactly. That would make sense, and because like, so that makes sense. That explains my question because he goes all power hungry with fucking because he still becomes a yeah. That makes so much
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
It
So
does.
so that one world that he did not want to take the baptism at all. So then he doesn't become a leader, and then Anna or Elizabeth knows that she doesn't want this somehow, and she's jumping from world to world or whatever, and she has to, you know, kill Comstock or you, and oh man.
Exactly, because you literally